Hello, and welcome back to God Lives Within. Sunday, December 17th, I believe. It's December 17th. 17 is the star card in the tarot deck. The card of Aquarius, which I am. I'm laying in my tent, obviously, with no lights, and been listening to music for hours, meditating, deeply manifesting my future wedding. Kind of doing a life review, if you want to know the truth. But mostly just manifesting what is to come in this wedding, this magic that's about to happen. I can feel it now, with my vibration rising, my spiritual gifts, my higher self is waking back up, is coming back online, is being restored by God. I've been without my spiritual gifts for this past year. My clairvoyance, my psychic abilities. A lot of the times my intuition has been off as well. It's been a tough year. After tapping in completely every day for years, I lost it this past year. After my ex-girlfriend and I went through what we went through, basically having a sexually transmitted demon attached to me, siphoning my energies, being breadcrumbed, being lied to, being third-partied, being manipulated, being stolen from, being gang stalked, being teamed up against, by someone who I had love for, who I still love today, but not in the same way. I love her because I want the best for her now. I want her to turn to God and wake up and admit to what she did, to come clean for herself, not for me. I already know what she did. Basically, I want the best for her, even after what she did to me. I don't know why I'm like this, other than God living inside of me. It's kind of like this past year, me losing my gifts, wanting to abandon the spiritual path due to the energies, the black magic that was coming into my head, making me want to give up on the spiritual path. But for some reason, my left brain would fight it for some hours. I would cuss, I would cry, I would get mad. I would talk to God most of the time. And ultimately, I could not. Every time I did this, I could not change the way I am. I would always bounce back stronger. I would always turn closer to God. I would always go deeper inside myself in introspection, in conversation with God, in stillness and silence, in meditation and contemplation. I would go to God every time. And so there's really no way I can turn away from what my destiny is, my calling is, my purpose is. I'm so aligned that it's virtually impossible. It would take death, just to be honest with you. And I tried that through suicide due to these witches and these warlocks, this coven, and the hacker, and the online stalkers, and all the fake accounts trying to get me to bite on a fishing hook, which they know now I'm not gonna do. They tried everything, put it that way. Everything. From friends in my phone book to online jobs to erasing my emails from my mom, from my sister, before I even read them. I mean, and the list just goes on and on and on. Through manipulation of tarot readers, through sending my emails to 2 other accounts, which I found the evidence for, through hacking my email and having my password through an online trick or program that'll steal the password. I don't know how else to put it. So you click on it, type in your password like it's from your Apple device, but it's really from somewhere else. So I later changed my password after I figured out they had the code, and someone was blocked trying to sign into my account. I have the evidence. I have all the WhatsApp messages, the WhatsApp phone call from an individual that hung up immediately, a lady that hung up immediately. They were just calling to see if I was alive. She didn't want any part of talking to me. I let her know real quick who she served and what she was doing. The phone call lasted about 10 seconds, maybe 5 seconds. And I could see what she was about immediately. So anyway, through all this, through even more crap, I don't even remember, I have survived to get back to where I was, to being totally aligned and on path, to eating high vibrational foods, back to manifesting, meditating and contemplating many hours of the day, due to being in hermit mode and isolation so severely. This isolation, this hermit mode has not only given me protection for my geographical location, but has got me back on track. Basically, my root chakra was out of alignment because my security was threatened, having no job, being homeless. With a record with felonies on it, and with being who I am, which the people that are doing what they're doing to me are very connected to the elites of this world. So me getting the job at this point has to be either somebody trusting or somebody local that's not a corporation, put it that way. Otherwise, I don't even get a response anymore. That's happened plenty of times. Oh yeah, they've also done multiple things to my car along the way. I mean, I drove home from Las Vegas with no brakes after my car sat at my ex's house for a month, only for the turbo to go out next. Costed $3,000, only for it to end up in sitting on the side of the street and not cranking anymore. A 2018 Volkswagen broke down 5 times in 1 year. I only had it a year. So, and a tarot reader mentioned that there was sugar put in the gas tank, which I can't confirm or deny. It doesn't even matter. I left it where it is. But yeah, so these are the things that have been happening this 1 year alone. And all because of what my birth chart says, what my name, not my name, but what I was sent here on this earth to do. These beings have chose to attack me with everything they have. And when I say attack, I mean attack. It's been a miserable year. A whole lot of pain, a whole lot of tears, a suicide, a breakup, multiple chances I gave my ex-girlfriend to do the right thing, to get back together, to just be friends, and every time get stabbed in the back, get put on the back burner, get treated like crap after I bought her I don't know, 10, 15 gifts, loaned her $150 when she was broke, supposedly. Who knows? Who cares? Gave her $800 for our trip out to California. And on and on and on. Gave her the website and information she needed to ascend and to start her healing journey, her ascension journey. I told her I would move anywhere and work with her and carry the workload for her as we both We're traveling sous chefs. I don't even know where else. Oh yeah, I bought her tickets to the Red Hot Chili Peppers in LA. And I'm not saying she didn't do anything for me. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that I don't understand how you could treat another human being like breadcrumbing and ignoring calls and telling lies and staying with a man that supposedly beat you when you had everything in your hands. You had someone that loved you. You had someone sent here with a divine calling. You had a soulmate from a previous life. The soul connection was magnetic, let's just put it that way. You could feel that we already knew each other before, and we had just met in the past year, 2 years ago, but we only knew each other for a year. But you could just feel, I know now that there are soulmates after her. I've never felt that in my life. And I'm about to experience the twin flame journey. That's so highly debated. Is it real? Is it not? Yada, yada, yada. It's only real if you believe, as widespread panic will tell you. And if you don't, then you never find out about it. It's very simple. So, like I said, I don't know how or why she made the decision she made, other than what my intuition is telling me is going on. I'm going to let her come into me, talk to me, and hopefully tell her truth in order to heal herself, in order to connect herself back to God, in order for her to get on the right path towards ascension. Trying to save her soul. It's what I manifested immediately after we broke up. I told Daddy, or God, as you know I call him, all I wanted for her was to ascend and was to join together with God. Get on the right path. It's all I manifested for her after our breakup. I released her, even though it hurt. I released her in hopes that she would find the right way. I gave her everything she needed. She was just making all the wrong decisions. And from a message I got tonight, she is still making some bad decisions. And I hope she can sort through what's right and what's wrong. It's really not that hard. I mean, jeez. Anyhow, I came on with no real direction to go. I just wanted to come on and see what came out. I think it's kind of the direction I'm going until my manifestation gets here, which time the work will begin a lot more intensely, I believe. Or I know. We're in the age of Aquarius, I know. Not the age of Pisces, I believe. So, my intentions are strong right now. I'm manifesting extremely quick. Things I think about just happen extremely quick right now. So, and I'm not even where I want to be frequency-wise. I'm not even drinking smoothies right now. I am eating good and healthy, but usually I would be drinking smoothies all day, every day, as people that know me know. Being in a tent makes that extremely difficult. So, really, I think the reason I came on was to kind of talk to y'all about manifestation. Mine have been divinely appointed due to what God assigned me to do on this earth, really. He assigned me a twin flame that is supposed to mirror me exactly, be my exact match. I was supposed to be the missing link as far as helping others, as far as exposing and bringing forth God's truths. I don't know if that means information, or maybe that means, what I really think it means is she helps me raise my chrism through sacred sex. It's basically going to light up my entire aura, my entire spirit, which I already experienced with the last soulmate. My vibration was so high that when that happened, I dropped my ego. So that chatter that goes on in your brain, that left brain chatter, all came to stillness and silence. There was no more doubt. There was no more worry. There was no more anxiety, fear, depression. There was no more sadness. Any other low vibrational things. It was only stillness and silence, total calm, serenity, and peace. It's kind of like the wind I'm hearing right now. It's kind of like sleeping in the rain. And it's kind of like being at the ocean on an extremely calm day. Totally relaxed. So, as I sit here, December 17th, at this point knowing that my blessings are about to roll in, I wanted to come on to help guide others. Because I've been, due to everything I just told you about the manipulation and the black magic and the things going on behind my back, I've been constantly out of frequency, out of in a lower vibration, in doubt, in worry, in shame, in guilt, and all the other things, sadness, everything, which affects your manifestations. So even though mine were tied to certain things that are happening in the world with these other beings, these Satanists, it's still, everything still is going to happen God's way. I'm still going to have to be in a high vibration in order to receive what's mine. There's still tarot readers that are giving you the real information and also reading the karmic energy as well, meaning Satan and God's messages are coming through. So I've kind of, for the most part, pushed them aside. Once your intuition kicks in, once your vibration raises, you don't really need them in the way you did when you're out of vibration, in the way you did when you're lost. Or when you're confused, or when this manipulation is happening to you. So my blessings, my manifestations are coming in, but I want the same for all of you. I've been heavy in prayer today. Once my vibration returned back to normal, it's like I was just more thankful than I've ever been. Talking to God all throughout my lunch and dinner today. Not in my head anymore at all, even at work. And so I know, as an Aquarius with the motto of I know that the enemy has been defeated. There's one witch out there, is the main one, who's still probably going to try our little tricks. As of a week ago, I know she did. But I haven't felt it in a week. Meaning, it's either getting weaker, she's getting weaker, or she's done, or she's realized that everything that she's sending to me is going back to her. I don't know, because I don't even know this person. I don't know, the fullness of where she's at right now. And ultimately, I really don't care. I haven't for a while. I gave it to God. I surrendered and told him to fight my battle. I couldn't do it anymore. I wouldn't do it anymore. I refused to do it anymore. Now that being said, I'm also the one who chose this path with God before coming here, and I'm also the one that went to God in prayer and told him he could let this happen to me this year. I would be the one that would take the brunt of what these Satanists threw at the collective, at the godly beings on this planet. I would be the sacrifice. Because I wanted to take them down so bad for what they've done to these children. In fact, I want to do way worse to them. I just can't get my hands on them. But if I could, we won't go there. We don't need to go there. We have God, thankfully. But that being said, I have to bear some responsibility in the situation. I can't just say it's God's fault, because I did go to him in prayer and in meditation, giving him permission to let happen what happened in order for it to be dismantled and destroyed, so it would stop harming these children and other beings on this planet. There is no excuse for this shit. There is just no excuse. There's more money in the world than there's enough money in this world for nobody to be hungry, for nobody to be homeless. There's free energy on this earth. All you would have to do if you had free energy is grow your own food and have a house built. You no longer even need money. That's how ridiculously stupid this earth is. And once you get to the point I'm at and you know the things that I know, that's how easy this whole earth can be fixed. Free energy. And then whoever is open-hearted and blessed enough to join God's team, you can rebuild everything on this earth, starting from the bottom and moving to the middle. And if the top needs to be, if anything needs to be done for the top, I'm not even talking about the elites. I'm just talking about the more well-off beings, but they're not necessarily secure in all the way wealthy, like the ones with all the money, these bloodline families, these Satanists. You know who you are. I've said some of their names in previous videos. We're not getting into it in this video. They just lower my vibration when I think of these demons. So point of this video turned out to be manifestations. Mine are about to roll in. Hopefully that starts with a vacation. Somewhere in the sun, somewhere protected and secluded. And it would be nice to be with my twin flame. Now I have zero clue of who's coming in, when they're coming in, how it's gonna work. I don't know anything. It's just my intuition is like a meter, and feels like it's about to go off. It feels like it's finally here. I feel like I'm about to go through my last Christmas with my family. And then on the 1st of January, be moving on to a new life. On the 1/1 portal, I feel like it's happening. I would like for it to happen even before then. But either way, it's coming in. And the Satanists that are watching that have created fake accounts to see what I'm up to, you failed. Once me and my twin flame come together, you failed your mission. You already did when God and my brother saved my life. Because I won't be doing that again. So yeah, this video is to tell y'all about my struggle to get to the point of my blessings, to get to the point of my manifestations. I've been working over 7 years on this quest, on this journey. To become Q. The star card is 17, like I told you, for Aquarius. 17 is the letter Q in Gematria, or in the alphabet. It just is the 17th letter. Sorry, not in Gematria. Now, 17 being the star card, Q being Christ in action, God on the earth, God embodying God on the earth. And Q times 3 to the third power, or Q magnified to the most it can be, as far as numerology goes, would be times 3, which equals 51. So have you ever heard anywhere around the earth of the number 51 being used in the Matrix? Of course you have. Area 51. Now they tell you it's all about aliens, right? Super hush hush. Nobody can go in. Nobody can go out. Hardly. When you go out, you can't talk about what's on the inside. Now, I have my theories on what's on the inside and what goes on out in that area, what crosses that border, what the cartels do, what the coyotes do to little children. I think there's a movie about it. called The Sound of Freedom, showing you exactly what happens to little children all across the world. So, as I sit here in the dark, I'm reminded once again of what this mission was really about for me individually. Of course, it's about my ascension, but I've done that before in previous lives. I didn't really need to do that to get off this earth plane. I didn't have to come here in the first place. I chose to come here. The mission really was about nothing more or nothing else but the children. Saving the children. 800,000 children go missing in the U.S. alone every year. The number is obviously in the millions around the world. Where are these children going? What's happening to them? Does anybody care out there? Now, of course, I know plenty of beings care. But it's time to rally together, people. It's time to wake up to what's really going on. It's time to come together, as the Beatles told you. And there's debate on whether the Beatles are good or bad. It's a story for another day. Obviously, all you need is love, come together, give peace a chance. I would say there's some good stuff coming out of the Beatles. That's just what my intuition says. Obviously, I've seen the album with the children on it, with the Beatles, and I think they were just trying to bring awareness without words, because if you say it in words, you get John Lennon on this earth. So you can have your opinion on what the truth is on that matter. Well, but I think I understand where they stood. But as you can tell, if you've watched my previous videos, I'm not backing down from you Satanists. I'm not shutting up. I'm just getting started. This war is just getting going. You're trying with all your might to stop it on every level. You've got your clamps around the world right now, but not for long. Not for long. This is the age of Aquarius, the golden age. A new earth, a new frequency, and you can't stop it. You have 0% chance. And you're so dumb, you're so left-brained, you're still trying. You're so greedy. You're so thirsty for blood of children that you're still gonna try. You're sick human beings. You're not even human. You're filth. I'm still trying to work out why God put you here. I've heard some theories of you know, the God in the Old Testament and who he really is. And that's the one that sent you here, which makes the most sense to me. I don't see how the God I serve could let you beings walk the earth. I just don't see it at all. But that's basically it for this video. This video is really about manifestations, and the struggle I went through to get there. And ultimately, it's for the children. Because not many people ascend off this planet. The samsara wheel keeps on turning, as you've heard in the song. The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. All these rock and roll artists are trying to tell you what's going on, but we're too programmed. You're eating too much filth and junk food to be connected to understand what's going on. The propaganda machine has worked. The CIA, Project Mockingbird has worked. It did work for a very long time. It doesn't work anymore. They're still working on a small percentage, but overall, once you see something 100 times, eventually you're going to snap out of it. But yeah, Operation Paperclip. Your propaganda machine worked very well for a long time. Your mind control tactics went unnoticed for a very long time and worked to perfection. You had us doing whatever you wanted. In fact, you have society almost mimicking the Satanist, which you are. So, I gotta give you credit as far as the depth and detail and sophistication of your programming. It's almost otherworldly. It's almost some AI. And it may be. And it probably is. But needless to say, you failed. You can't stop God. See, it's God that lives inside of me, that woke me up, that guided me through the storm, that brought me back to life after I committed suicide, that talks to me every day. That's the one thing you can't stop. Is beings like me connected to God. We move before you even know we moved. We read your mind and know what you're thinking before you say a word. You don't know what to do with beings like us. You have no clue, nor will you ever. Way too unpredictable, way too tapped into the higher source. the higher power. And it's called that because it's way more powerful than you will ever think of being. Once the beings on this earth realize they're capable of tapping in and becoming one with God, there is no turning back. There is no stopping it. You can't put back to sleep somebody who's awake. It's over for you. We turned off the news. We turned off your stupid Hollywood movies. Got no desire to see your football games anymore. All your stupid TV commercials you put on there. And your talking heads on the broadcasters. Blah, 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 blah. Get the arm jab. Do this, do that. I don't give a crap what y'all have to say. Never again. I don't serve the government, the mind control. I don't do what another being tells me to do. I do what God tells me to do. Because I've turned off the matrix. I'm unplugged. I'm no longer a part of it. I've transcended the mind control, the government. MENT means mind. Govern the mind. Control the mind. That's all it means. And it works. Those little puppets do a good job for those that are asleep. But those numbers are decreasing by the day. And so, as we close out this message of just mainly just a little gnosis to help those trying to ascend, trying to manifest. Because the end, when I just went through was not easy in any stretch of the imagination. But I do wish in the future, when other souls are on at the same point, for them to be able to look at my story and know that they can make it through the storm, and know that it's easier than what I went through, and know that I will help guide you through it, as well as my twin flame. My channel will be set up with this purpose, with more informational videos, more, there will be Q&As, and eventually I have other plans, which I'm not talking about right now, because others will just try to steal it from me, or try to bring an offer in along the lines of what I'm trying to manifest in order to trick me. That's the reason. It's not of any selfish nature. What I do from here on, once God blesses me, is going to be for everybody else, not just me. I don't intend to be blessed and to go build 12 houses all around the world and not ever see anybody again or help anybody. It's just not going to go down that way. As an Aquarius, we are humanitarians. And I've yet to be able to be a humanitarian to much of a degree on this earth. Our purpose is to help every single human being on this earth. I got a long way to go. Luckily, I have a short way to go on the ascension path due to what I've been doing these past 7-8 years. I've lined myself up with what's about to happen, basically. So all of you out there, either struggling or either riding a high wave, a spiritual ego, when it comes to your blessings, your manifestations, sit tight. God has a plan for you. Just as I'm having to sit tight right here in a tent in the rain all day, wet, in the dark. No real love in my life. Don't have any friends. I have friends, but none of that I talk to. In fact, most of them turn their back on me. Due to my ex, I'm pretty sure. My newer friends that I've met. My older friends are, living their lives, and I lost some of their respect due to the magic that was being thrown at me and the addictions that I was suffering from due to this magic. And so we don't really talk anymore. So none of these people I talk to, and so while you can look at it as loneliness, you can also look at it as hermit mode. Your time with God, alone, all one with God. I've said it before, and I will be saying it again. That's what alone really means. For as an empath, if I'm around another being, then I'm separated from God. Unless they're in alignment, like I'm in alignment. If you are, then you raise each other's frequency. You don't ever lower the other's frequency. You don't ever judge the other person. You don't ever bring the other person down. You don't ever have negative thoughts about these beings, because you've dropped your ego. All you want to do is love the other being, be it man, woman, child, anything, dog. You have pure love flowing through you when you drop your ego, when you drop your judgment, when you drop your left brain. You're living in your right brain where God dwells, where the pure, unconditional love dwells. So, forgot where I was going with that last part, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. All this information, this gnosis that I speak is just intended to wake you up, liberate you, educate you, give you a little guidance, and it's ultimately gonna overlap many times what I say to help rewire your brain from the Matrix programs. They're deep, they're heavy. God's been doing this process on me the past year, so I've kind of learned from him on what to do, because I was the most programmed for a long time. I had heavy programming from my parents. I had the covens and the witches shooting magic at me for God knows how long. And as a result, and of course the Matrix programming, don't forget that. It's in commercials, it's in Hollywood, it's in everywhere. Every magazine, once you see it, it sticks out. But anyhow, if I got through it, if I was able to reprogram myself after this past year, it gives me extreme hope and faith that you can do it too, no matter what your left brain is telling you. Mine fought every step of the way. Mine had some difficult stages, overcoming the programs I'm talking about, such as religion. That one was a heavy one for me to get out of. Was the being saved. Real or not, going to hell or heaven, was that the truth? Was it real, or was it a program? I don't have that question in my brain ever anymore. I wonder why. See, once you come to the truth, these aha moments, once you rewire your brain, once you rewrite the program, you no longer doubt. You no longer have to believe in a lie. The word lie is right in the middle of believe. That's interesting. So yeah, that's kind of my mission here with the way I'm doing videos right now. There will be more teaching in the future, and Q&As, as I said. Probably every 2 weeks to a month, I'll do Q&As for, 2, 3 hours, 4 hours. But I think it's going to be on a membership basis, not for money, but to keep out trolls, to keep out karmics, and to keep things solely on the ascension path and away from distractions. And it's not going to be an expensive price or anything like that. It'll be a yearly cost that is very reasonable, to be able to attend the Q&As. And probably the money I'll donate it. Once I'm taken care of, I'll just donate it. Start some kind of foundation. I don't know yet how that'll work. Obviously, I don't know that yet. But point is, it's not going to be for profit for me. That has never even crossed my mind, to try and profit off helping others. I think God's going to take care of me, and I'm just going to be able to help others, if you want to know the truth, which is the way it should be. All credit should go to God. I'm going to do what I do out of love for others. And it's funny how much love I have for others, but at this point I can barely be around other people due to their programming, due to their negativity, due to their karmic behaviors, associations, addictions, desires, due to their left brain, egoic thought patterns. I basically I mean, I can be around them, but I don't want to be around them anymore. It's like if you're not in a high vibration, even if you're my mom, who I love dearly, I no longer want to talk to you. And I'm not talking about her when I say that. I just mean if you're not in the love vibration, in the frequency of love, if you run your mouth about other people behind their backs, I definitely don't want to talk to you at all. I definitely don't trust you at all, because you do that about everybody. That's just the ego trying to make itself feel better. That's all that is. It's very simple. And it's very unbecoming and not godly at all. I understand it well. I used to do it myself from being surrounded by it in the restaurant industry. It's what goes on constantly. So I understand it, and I used to be guilty of it as well. Not as bad as most people. I learned pretty quickly that it was futile and damaging to the frequency of myself and others around me. Whew. I need to get off of here. This is over an hour at this point. Was not my intention at all. But there are going to be videos like this quite a bit until I take off on my manifestation. Just because it's the easiest format to handle right now. I get to lay here with my eyes shut and just let my mind go. I don't have anything distracting my eyes, distracting my train of thought, anything coming into my ears distracting me. You know, it's just pure third eye and crown gnosis and heart-centered consciousness. Pure love frequency. And that's all I'm about these days. Anyhow, I'm going to go now. I'm tired. I thank you for listening. There will be plenty more in the future. But for now, that is it. I love you. God loves you more. Take care.